All right, this is a screencast with instructions for Substitute Day for Mr. Alcala on uh, March 18th, 2024. Today is a B day. During advisory, it's a normal advisory for us. A lot of the students are going to be out of town with me on the uh, TSA trip that we're on. So it's going to be about half the class. They are more than capable of doing the news. So at about 8:30, 5 minutes after attendance is done, they will go to the studio. Mrs. Reno or um, Miss Davis, the other Mrs. Davis, the other librarian, can unlock the studio for them, and a little few minutes later, an administrator will be in there with them, and they'll produce the news for the morning. And then when they're done, they go to their first block. First block is planning. Check with the front desk and see if there's duties that you have. Okay, B2 is Introduction to Media Arts and Video Studio Fundamentals in the same block. They're doing something called Edit Mentor, and it's Unit 5 on broadcast journalism. When they're done, they can review their answers and redo the lesson to improve their grade. A lot of them have a low grade when they first do the lesson, and it's very good for them to go back and redo that and get their grade up. So this is what the assignment looks like. They are going to be learning what a reporter stand-up is in news packages. So when the reporter is at a location and they are talking directly to the camera before introducing the rest of the news. So they have all this on Canvas, and then at the bottom there's a link. Let's reload this to make the link active. They click on that link and it brings them to the online course Edit Mentor. And they do it on here. This is what their screen looks like. And they should be on 05. Some of them are still catching up. There's been absences. People are redoing lessons to get their grade up. So they should be on anywhere, hopefully 4 or 5, maybe 1, 2, or 3, but really they should be finishing up 4 and starting 5. When they're done, they can go back and redo their get their corrections done. All right. Okay. Then third block is study hall, and that's downstairs in B108. Feel free to use the elevator to get down there if you're the instructor. Not for students. Keep an eye on the kids. I have a color roster in the yellow folder, I believe. Make sure that people get back from lunch. Everybody wants to be somewhere else for study hall. Feel free to tell them no. They can just stay there. Substitute days are not the days to run around the building. And then fourth block is back up in E209E in the video production classroom. They have a big state exam. I'm going to change that to 326. It got moved because we're out of town with a lot of the kids. So they have a review quiz. It is a quiz. Let's see what that looks like. This is the join code right here. And it's joinmyquiz.com. That'll add them to the class. So if they're not in the B4 class, they shouldn't be using that. But it's a 50-question practice quiz. It's very similar to what they did before a couple weeks ago, but just to review, it is a 5-point formative grade. So they can redo the answers until they get all the correct answers if they want. The way the assignment is, and they will be graded for doing it during the substitute time, during the block that you're there. So that should take a good portion of the block, and they have another certification exam to review also when they're done with that. Plenty of work for everybody. Thank you so much for substituting for me today. Have a great one. These are great kids, all my classes this year. I'm very lucky. Uh, very few problems, no major disruptive students. Best group of kids I've taught since I've started teaching. Thank you so much.